Hi, everybody. This is Cindy Pressgrace with Cindy's Realty Group. Um, so today I want to talk to you about how upset should you be about a 3% mortgage interest rate? Can you believe a 3%? Oh my gosh, the world's falling apart. No, not really. But okay, so I want to let you know about like last Thursday, Freddie Mac announced that their 30-year fixed mortgage rate was over 3%. That's a 3.02% to be more exact. So for the first time since last July, that news dominated real estate headlines that day and the next. Because articles talked about the negative impact it may have on the housing market. However, we have to realize two things. The bump in rates should not surprise to anybody. You know what? Because many had already projected that rates would slightly rise as we proceed throughout the year. And I talked about this. If you guys are not taking advantage of those rates, now they're going to continue going a little bit up. We had an amazing year last year and this year. Let me see. Rates were down. Rates got to the twos. I even saw rates down to the 1.75s. It was insane. So now Freddie Mac comments about the rate increase were not alarming. So the rise in mortgage rates over the next couple of months is likely to be more muted in comparison to the last few weeks. And we expect a strong spring sale season because there's a high demand in houses. Not much supply, but a high demand. People are looking to take advantage of this market. So a muted rise in rates will not sink in the real estate market. And most experts agree that it will be a strong spring sale season. So it's been strong so far, so it's going to become stronger. So what does this mean for you? So what this means is obviously any buyer would rather have mortgage rates not rise at all. But that means that's good for our economy too. So as any upward movement increases their monthly mortgage payment, it does. So then you get less for your bang. Wait, more bang for your buck? I always have problems with that. So however, let's put a 3.02% into perspective. And I'm going to give you a few examples of how it's been changing from 2016 till now, till 2020. Here are the Freddie Mac annual mortgage rates for the past 5 years. So if you don't know about that, so 2016, we're talking about a 3.65%. 2017, 3.99%. 2018, oh my gosh, it was in the 4.54%. 4%, 4.5%. That's when I actually bought my house, 2018. So 2019, 3.94%, and 2020, 3.11%. So now you're actually talking about a 3.2% for 2021. Please cry me a river here. You should have taken advantage of that. Okay, so through 3.02% is not as great as 3% rates as we saw in the previous 7 weeks. It's still very close to an all-time lows. The all-time lows, it was 2.66%, and that was December 2020. So that was really, really good. I even saw interest rates back then at 2.25%, I think it was. I cannot remember. Honestly, don't quote me on that. Look at my videos. That's why I give you this information. So, and if we expand our look at mortgage rates to consider the last 50 years, we can see that today's rate is truly outstanding. And I'm going to give you rates from the 70s. This is like, oh my gosh, almost 30 years, 30, 40 years ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're talking about 40 years difference here. I was not born. So if you look at the last 50 years, we can see today's rate is amazing. Be like, hey, that is a bargain. So we look at 1970. In the 1970, there was an 8.86% interest rate. 1980s, that's the year I was born, 12.7%. 1990s, it went down to 8.12%. Now, in the 2000s, it started getting better. You want to know what? 6.29% interest rate. Can you imagine buying a house for a 6.29%? And in 2010, it became at a 4.09%. So now we're comparing these between, the last 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010, and we compare it to today's, you know what? You're still saving a lot of money comparing to back then. So if you're being upset that you missed on the best mortgage rate ever, it's understandable. I understand where you're coming from. Believe me. It's like the stock market when you should have been like, you know what? I should have bought this stock. Oh gosh, I missed out on Bitcoin. Ah! All right, let's not even go there. But you know what? Don't get upset. You're still getting. So in this case, you know what? It's understandable. However, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Hey, this is what it's saying there. But buying now, it still makes more sense than waiting, especially if rates are still bumping up this year. So don't wait. Buy now. If you need to sell now, buy now. Get a bigger house for whatever you have. So it's true that you may not get the same rate you had 5 weeks ago, but however, you will get a better rate than what was possible at almost any other point in history. So if we're comparing 40 years ago till now, you know what? You're still getting an amazing rate on that. But look, if you have any questions, any concerns, I have amazing lenders that they will be willing to work with you. And if you have any questions, like I said, my name is Cindy Pressgraves with Cindy's Realty Group by EXP. And I look forward to hearing your comments and how upset you are about interest rates. So let's go from there and have a wonderful day.